everybody? Welcome to Real Talk with Chris and Travis. I'm Travis.
And I'm Chris.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis. So today, we're talking about the things that that you tend to sacrifice when you're disabled. You know what I'm saying? So, Travis, what you got?
Yeah, man, I have to sacrifice enjoying the beach to the fullest. If you're in a wheelchair, it's hard for you to roll through sand. It's pretty much impossible. So I have to sacrifice being able to enjoy the water, pretty much strolling the entire beach. If you don't have the correct wheels on your chair, so it's pretty much impossible. I have to sacrifice enjoying the beach, especially if the beach isn't accessible. Some beaches have those sand chairs.
Yeah.
And if they don't, then I just gotta sacrifice going to the beach.
Man, and I think that's horrible, man. That's horrible. You know what I'm saying? That's why we be doing this podcast, man, because places need to be more accessible. Y'all be hearing us, man. Y'all be seeing us. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You got another one? Oh, okay. And I think, with some things, if you got a family, sometimes you miss out on things that your family get to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Travis mentioned the beach. My thing is like certain rides at certain theme parks, cause I've tried to get on roller coasters that the part where you put your legs was so small. You know what I'm saying? One of my legs would fit, and the other, my right leg wouldn't fit because my foot is turned out to the right. So my leg couldn't get all the way inside the coaster, and because of that, they told me I would have to get off the ride. And I ain't want to deny my family the chance to ride the ride. I'm telling them, y'all can go ahead, I'll just be down here. They like, no, we'll just pick another ride. And, because of that, they didn't ride. And I felt terrible because I want them to enjoy the vacation. That's what what we're here for.
Yeah, man, to piggyback off of you as far as like roller coasters, I got to sacrifice that too sometimes. Because, sometimes the roller coaster may be kind of far away for me to slide into it, or maybe it might be sitting up too high for me to actually climb into it. And if you know about theme parks, a lot of the workers there aren't allowed to actually help you get in a ride.
Yeah, for legal reasons.
For legal reasons. So I got to sacrifice enjoying some really nice roller coasters sometimes,
Yeah, and that's why a place like Morgan's Wonderland, that's why they exist. But I feel like more theme parks could learn from Morgan's Wonderland. And maybe, incorporate some of their ideas into rides that already exist. Right. So that way everybody, no matter what the spectrum of people are, everybody can enjoy theme parks around the world. I've also been to places, and these weren't theme parks, but I've been to places where there was no handicap accessible anything. The steps were narrow.
Yeah. They
didn't have any rails. And with me having crutches, I wobble from side to side, and on a set of small, narrow steps, I absolutely could fall. And I was in one situation where my wife and kids, they were allowed to go into the building because they could run up the steps. And my wife had to send a guy back outside to come get me, and we had to walk about maybe 8 to 10 minutes around the back of this huge building just to go up the ramp and go into the back area where they make the deliveries at for me to get into the building. And I feel like, for one, I'm a real patient guy with a lot of things, and, being disabled, you have to have a lot of patience. So I'm not the one to bite off, somebody's head who's trying to help me. But at the same time, it's like, come on, man, you build the building, people with disabilities exist. We not mermaids, you know what I'm saying? Mermen. We real people, you know what I'm saying? With real money, real problems, all of that, you know what I'm saying? So, if you in any kind of engineering, if you in any kind of think tank, don't just do the status quo when you're building things. You know what I'm saying? Take that leap, take that jump, and actually surprise some people with disabilities with the way you build your structures. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, I feel your pain on that one, because, that's something else I got to sacrifice too, being able to go into a building the easy way as a able-bodied person does, because sometimes the ramp is way in the back of the building, so I gotta go all the way to the back of the building just to get inside of the building. There was a time I went to a restaurant in New Orleans,
mm-hmm.
and there was no ramp in the front, So they told me the way for me to get inside of the restaurant was to go to the back, all the way to the back of the building, and cut through the kitchen. And there was
Cut through the kitchen.
yeah, I had to cut through the kitchen, and there was still no ramp for me to get in. I had the people that worked in the kitchen had to actually help me get inside of the building, and it was still like a narrow squeeze. So I'm like, how is it? This was like 2019. How is it? This happened in 2019. So how in 2019 we still have accessibility issues?
Because if it ain't the people that's making this stuff, if it's not their struggle, they ain't worried about it.
Oh, and here's the kicker.
Okay.
He told me the reason there isn't a ramp is because the city wouldn't allow him to put a ramp. Really?
And I could see that.
That don't make nah.
But
Nah.
at the same time, I'm like, man, if it's your business, you can do what you want.
No.
No?
You have to be able to
Comply.
and accommodate everybody.
Right.
You know that
So,
that right.
so he was lying here.
Pretty much.
Because I can't see the city being like, well, you can't put a handicap ramp here.
Everybody's supposed to be able to patronize your business. So in that case, it becomes a civil rights issue.
There's been a lot of lawsuits
Yeah.
from people with disabilities against different companies and buildings and stuff like that. I mean, I've heard of a lot of things. You know, I've never been in a situation where I kind of had to sue somebody in order to get some action on something. But I have had some close situations where I could have sued. These were for me trying to get different jobs that I knew I was qualified to do. And I think they was just giving me the runaround. But at the same time, I was like, you know, the time it would take for me to fight this stuff in court and miss days off from the job I already had when I needed the money,
Yeah.
it's just not worth the risk.
Right.
But yeah, man, even in 2021, accessibility and inclusivity is still a major problem.
Yeah.
You know, and being disabled, you do sacrifice a lot. Some things that the able-bodied person can do in a matter of minutes may take a disabled person, depending on what your disability is, may take you 15, 20, 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's not to say if it's like doing a job. Sometimes, even though it may take me more time to do a job, I may also do a better job than an able-bodied person.
Right.
Because I'm going to be more thorough. By being forced to go slower, I'm able to catch a lot of the mistakes that an able-bodied person may make.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you do tend to sacrifice more when you are disabled. You know, unless you got a real good support team at the job or at home and stuff like that. But that's a whole nother topic.
And this is a major one for me. I love to travel, so there's a lot of places overseas that aren't handicap accessible. So I have to pretty much sacrifice being able to see these places because I know it'll probably be a hassle for me to get around. So, yeah. So I feel like this is pretty much a global issue.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Uh,
When you think about third world countries,
yeah, third world countries is
if you disabled and you live in a third world country, it
probably sucks for you.
You know, and I just thought about something else too. If you're a person that like to swim, like summertime, you like to hit the pools and stuff like that, but like for you, you confined to a wheelchair. If the pool don't have the lift, you know, to be able to put you down into the water,
Mm-hmm.
then you just sitting on the side of the pool baking, like a potato, because you can't get in the water.
Pretty much.
And I think that's horrible. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't enjoy cooling off like everybody else because I can't get.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the little lift that puts you into a pool, that should be like a feature on all pools.
Right.
Well, public pools, you know.
Right.
I feel like that should definitely be a feature.
Yeah, I feel like there's always a way to fix a problem. Now, sometimes fixing a problem is not cheap, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you are a person of business, you know that solving problems is how businesses are formed. So if you already have a business and you see a problem, think about like, okay, if you spend this amount of money to fix this problem, and then you advertise that you actually make it easy for this certain group of people to get into your building and out of your building and stuff like that, that's gonna bring business to you. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna strengthen your brand. That's gonna make people that have disabilities be like, man, we are absolutely going to Carl's Water Park or whatever the place is. And they're like, why you want to do that? Man, you know how expensive that place is? I'm like, yeah, but do you know how easy it is for somebody with crutches or wheelchairs to get on water rides and be comfortable and enjoy the cold water during the summer?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We in Louisiana. When it's hot, it's hot. So we want to cool off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you can't go everywhere and cool off when you're disabled.
Right. I mean, I feel like if you're a real person of business, then you would want to accommodate everybody to patronize your business.
Right.
You know, that's how I feel. If I had a business, I want everybody to be able to enjoy it.
Not if you had a business, when you have your business.
Well, when I have a business,
yeah,
I'm going to make sure I accommodate everybody to enjoy it. I'm not just going to give a luxury to one group of people.
Right. We're going to speak that thing into existence.
Yeah.
We're going to have multiple streams of income. It ain't just YouTube. But we're just throwing that out there anyway. You know, but, you know, the whole point is when you disabled, you sacrifice a lot. And people who are not disabled, unless you able-bodied and you live with someone who's disabled, or you have to help take care of someone who is disabled, you're not really going to understand where we're coming from. But, you know, like for my wife, she understands because it's a lot of simple things that she, you know, an able-bodied person might see as, oh, that's so simple. But for me, it's difficult. So I have to have help, you know. So, yeah, sometimes the sacrifice is your pride. Because I have been in situations where we out in public and I feel bad because my wife just about have to do everything because my hands are already full. You know, carrying the crutches and stuff like that. You know, so sometimes my pride is hurt. I'm like, man, my wife shouldn't have to do all of this. I should be able to help her. But this place don't have the necessary tools or equipment that I could use so I can do the same thing she's doing.
Yeah.
You know? So, like I say, sometimes when you're disabled, you sacrificing your pride, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
But I mean, y'all drop a comment give us your thoughts on this topic and also give us other topics you want us to discuss.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can DM us on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis. Y'all could also email us at realtalkwithchrisandtravis@yahoo.com.
Oh, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
And we out.
Peace.